Over the last few days, we have seen clearly what's at stake in this election. The news from Wall Street has shaken the American people's faith in our economy. The situation with Lehman Brothers and other financial institutions is the latest in a wave of crises that have generated enormous uncertainty about the future of our financial markets. This is serious. This is a major threat to our economy and its ability to create good-paying jobs and help working Americans pay their bills, to help Americans save for their futures and make their mortgage payments. Since this turmoil began over a year ago, the housing market has all but collapsed. Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac had to be effectively taken over by the government. 3 of America's 5 largest investment banks failed or have been sold off in distress. Yesterday, Wall Street suffered its worst losses since just after 9/11. We are in the most serious financial crisis in generations. Yet, Senator McCain stood up yesterday and said that the fundamentals of the economy are strong. That's what he said. Now, a few hours later, his campaign sent him back out to clean up his remarks. And he tried to explain himself again this morning by saying that what he meant to say was that the American workers are strong. But we know that Senator McCain meant what he said the first time because he has said it over and over again throughout this campaign, no fewer than 16 times according to one independent count. Now, I raise this not because I fault Senator McCain for all the problems we're facing right now, but I do fault the economic philosophy that Senator McCain subscribes to. Because the truth is, what Senator McCain said yesterday fits with the same economic philosophy that he's had for the last 26 years. It's the philosophy that says we should give more and more to those with the most and hope that prosperity trickles down. It's the philosophy that says even common sense regulations are unnecessary and unwise. It's a philosophy that lets Washington lobbyists shred consumer protections and distort our economy so it works for the special interests instead of working people. And we've had this philosophy for 8 years. They call it the ownership society, but what it really means is that you're on your own. And we know the results. You feel it in your own lives. Jobs have disappeared. People's life savings have been put at risk. Millions of families face foreclosure, and millions more have seen their home values plummet. The cost of everything from gas to groceries to health care has gone up, while the dream of a college education for our kids and a secure and dignified retirement for our seniors feels like it's slowly slipping away. These are the struggles that Americans are facing. This is the pain that has now trickled up. So let's be clear. What we've seen the last few days is nothing less than the final verdict on an economic philosophy that has completely failed. And I am running for President of the United States because the dream of the American people must not be endangered anymore. My opponent is running for 4 more years of policies that will throw the economy further out of balance. His outrage at Wall Street would be more convincing if he wasn't offering them more tax cuts. His call for fiscal responsibility would be believable if he wasn't for more tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans and more of a $1 trillion war in Iraq paid for with deficit spending and borrowing from foreign creditors like China. John McCain's newfound support for regulation bears no resemblance to his scornful attitude towards oversight and enforcement. John McCain can't be trusted to reestablish proper oversight of our financial markets for one simple reason. He has shown time and again that he does not believe in it. So, what has happened these last 8 years is not some historical anomaly. We know what to expect if we try these policies for another 4. When lobbyists run your campaign, the special interests end up gaming the system. When the White House is hostile to any kind of oversight, corporations cut corners and consumers pay the price. When regulators are chosen for their disdain of regulation, and we gut the ability of regulators to enforce the law, then the interests of the American people are not protected. It's an ideology. It's an ideology that intentionally breeds incompetence in Washington and irresponsibility on Wall Street. And it is time to turn the page and put an end to it. This morning, instead of offering up concrete plans to solve these issues, Senator McCain offered up the oldest Washington stunt in the book. You pass the buck to a commission to study the problem. Now here's the thing. This isn't 9/11. We know how we got into this mess. What we need now is leadership that gets us out.